sit down, you can prop your hips up. You can sit cross-legged, you could have or be kneeling if you want to, but just allow yourself to arrive here, to arrive in the space that you're in. So in the room, just notice those different sensations first of all. Maybe the temperature of the air on the skin, the smells in the room. Any sounds that you can hear, maybe a clock ticking, just those sounds that seem to sort of carry on in the background in the house without us noticing really, and then when we start to tune in, we notice them a little bit more. And then notice your body in this space. Feeling your sit bones, your thighs, your knees, your feet, just making contact with the ground. Tucking the chin just very slightly, just allowing that little bit of extra length through the top of the spine into the neck. Relaxing through the shoulders. And I want you to start to notice your breath. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. You're breathing in through the nose and noticing the temperature of that air as you breathe. And exhaling out through the nose. Notice how that air is slightly warmed. And just do that a couple more times. And whilst you're focusing on this, in a moment we're going to just start a count. We're going to start a count with the breath. So I'll start you off in a moment, but we'll like breathe in for 1 and out for 2, and in for 3 and out for 4. We're going to go all the way up to 10. And then we're going to take another round of that on our own. So just take another breath. Breathing in for 1, out for 2. In for 3, out for 4. In for 5, out for 6. In for 7, out for 8. In for 9, out for 10. And start again on your own. finished your count, just go back to breathing naturally, dropping the count. Tucking the chin in towards the chest. Feel that stretch. Keeping that length through the spine. Inhaling, lifting the head up. Exhale, slowly open your eyes. And from here, we're going to come over onto hands and knees. So take your time. Arriving here, and straight away, keeping the hips lifted, stacked over the knees. Just reach the hands forward. And then dropping heart, chest down towards the ground, forehead possibly resting on the floor. Maybe the elbows are lifted off the ground. Really active here. Breathing deep. Inhale again. Exhale fully. One more. Inhale, lifting the head, shifting the hips forward, hips, pelvis comes down to the floor, bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, anchoring down through the top of the feet, coming into our Sphinx Pose. So roll those shoulders back, open up through the chest, anchor down through the hands, drawing the hands back towards you, firing up through the chest and the shoulders. Slowly looking over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Looking over the left shoulder. Come back to center. Inhale again. Exhale, release. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under. Push back onto knees. And then lifting the hips, coming into downward dog. Arriving here, just take a breath or two. Inhale, exhale. Bending the knees, looking forwards, making your way to the front of your mat, forward fold. Really soften through the lower back, bending into the knees. Find a little bit of length through the chest and then folding over. Take a breath. Release through the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, bend into the knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, folding forwards. Halfway lift, inhale. Folding back down. Planting the hands, stepping the left foot back. Lowering the left knee down to the ground. Inhale, open up through the chest. Planting the hands, lifting that back knee, and then stepping that right foot back into our downward dog. Take a breath. Exhale fully. Bending through the knees, stepping forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Lower that right knee to the ground. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, hands come to the ground. Step the left foot back. Downward dog. Take a breath here. Bending through the knees. Looking forward, stepping forwards. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Folding back down. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, folding all the way back down. Half lift. Exhale to fold. Bring the hands to the ground. Step the left foot back. Lower the left knee. Inhale, coming up. Interlace the hands. Bring the hands to the right thigh and just sink the hips down slightly. Keeping those back toes curled under. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale here. Release the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come back down to the floor. Step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Bending the knees. Stepping forward. Coming into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bringing the hands to the ground, step your right foot back, lower your right knee down. Inhale, open up through the chest here. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, and then bring your hands to come onto this left thigh, roll the shoulders back. Have awareness through the midline, pulling everything together. Relax through the shoulders. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands come down. This time, step the right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Halfway lift. Folding back down. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale to stay. Inhale, release the hands down, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come out to the side, swan dive, folding forwards. Release the crown of the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften through the knees, bring the hands to the ground, step that left foot back. Keep the left knee lifted. Feel free if you need to lower it to the ground, then please do. And from here, anchor down through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend into this front knee, straighten through that back leg. Reaching. Exhale, release the hands down. So we're going to get a little bit of movement in through these legs. Just warming up slightly. So we're going to inhale, lifting up, straighten through both legs. Exhale, soften, bend into that front knee. Inhale, reach, straighten. Exhale, soften. Strong through those legs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften. Keep the arms now at shoulder height, front knee bent. Gently bring the right arm towards the back, left arm forward. Bring the right hand to the back of this left leg. Maybe reaching the left arm up. Strong here. Feel free, you can always be here. You need to lower that back knee down. Take a breath. Keep the left hand where it is. Release the right. Bring the right hand to touch the left and then fold forwards. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Open twist out to the side. So just really sort of finding that foundation in the legs, in the hands. If you're finding this too much, lower this back knee down. Okay, we really have to listen to our bodies. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Inhale, release the hands down, frame this foot, step the right foot back, downward dog. Take a breath here. You can rock the hips from side to side. Notice that heat, that tapas in the body. Bending through the knees, looking forwards, stepping forwards, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stepping the right foot back, keeping the right knee lifted now. Find this foundation through the feet. Strong. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Open up through the chest. Then you're settled, bend into that front knee. Drop the hands down by the side. Find this balance here. And then we're going to go through this flow on this side. So we're going to inhale, straighten through the legs, reach the arms up. Find a dristi, a gaze. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, lift, lifting through the pelvic floor. Exhale, sinking down, bend into that front knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 2 more. Last one. Exhale, bring the arms at shoulder height, sinking into that front knee. Left hand comes back, right hand comes forward. Take a twist here. Breathing deep. Left hand comes back to this right leg. And again, feel free if you need to lower down, be here. Reaching up, bending into this front knee. You can gaze up at this hand or out to the side, your choice. You can start to lean back, full breath. And then slowly bringing right hand forward as the left hand comes to meet, leaning forward, coming into our twisted lunge. So feel free, if you need to lower that back knee, please do. Using it to open up through the chest. Take a full breath here. So just inviting that heat in. One more breath, strong in the legs. On your next exhale, release the hands down. Step the left foot back, coming into our downward dog. Pedal through the feet. Inhale here. Exhale. Shifting forward into plank. Feel free, you can lower the knees. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down to the belly. Come on to the top of the feet. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Cobra. Exhale. Rolling back down. Inhale, lifting up. Back to knees. And then sinking the hips back, taking a child's pose. Feel free to take a wider version with the legs. The knees can go as wide as the mat. You can take a puppy posture here. Connect to the breath. One more breath here. Inhale slowly, peeling yourself back up, coming to hands and knees. Inhale gently, pushing away from the ground, clawing through those fingertips, navel drawing back. Send the left foot behind you, pushing into the heel. Seeing if you can level the hips off. So quite often we'll sort of drop here. So just find this anchor, pushing away, lifting through this left hip, leveling those hips. Bring the left toes to the ground and just start to stretch through that left leg. And then from here, just sweeping that left leg all the way over to the right side. Gazing over the right shoulder, looking at those left toes. Take a full breath. And then we're going to take this foot all the way out to the left side. Roll the foot to the ground. Bring this right hand down to the floor, closer towards the body. Take the left arm up. So we're coming into this gate pose. So position the hands. Take a stretch. Notice how this feels. Breathing into the left side of the body. And then using this bottom arm to push yourself all the way up. And from here, open up through the hands, reaching the hands up towards the ceiling, keeping the left leg where it is. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Just send the hips back. So I want you to think child's pose. Depending on how tight you are in the inner thigh, you might not be able to come too far back. We're trying to root this left foot towards the floor and stretching here. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale to stay. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Come back to this tabletop position with the left leg behind you. Bend into this left knee and bring the right hand behind you, holding on to this left foot. Inhale, open up through the chest. So you can keep your gaze forward. You don't have to feel like you've got to push yourself too much here. If you've managed to grab hold of the foot, well done, because that's a challenge in itself. Maybe you can start to push the foot into the hand. And if you can't hold on to the foot, maybe you can grab your leggings. So from here, open up. Find your expression of the pose. You can start to lean out towards the right, opening up through your chest. And then exhale, bring this left foot all the way up towards the front. Hands framing the left foot. Just get a little bit of movement in here, shifting forward and back. Anchor down through the top of that right foot. As you walk the hands back, start to straighten through that left leg. Coming into our half splits. Full breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rolling that foot forward. Hands frame the foot. Curl the back toes under. Lift that back knee. Step that back foot up slightly. Inhale, straighten through the legs. Coming up onto the heel of that front foot and the toes of the left. And then exhale, folding over. Take a pyramid variation here. Try and relax through the shoulders, through the head. Have a soft bend in that front leg. Maybe you're on your fingertips. So just notice Breathing deep. Inhale, walking the hands forward and then slowly lifting that right leg up behind you, coming into your standing splits. So from here, feel free to, if you need to bring this right foot to the ground, you might be here, okay, folding over. This could be a challenge in itself. Maybe you're here and you're just starting to lift that right leg. Or maybe you can reach. You've got a couple of blocks. Use those blocks to lift the ground up. You can always wrap your right hand around your left leg, drawing yourself a little bit closer. And then trust. Step that right foot back, bending into that left knee. Lower the right knee down. Open up through the chest. Hands come to the floor. Lift that back leg, send the left foot back, coming into down dog. Take a breath. Exhale, release the knees down. Come onto the top of the feet and coming back into a child's pose. Find the breath here. Inhale, slowly coming up into our tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Navel draws up. Send the right foot behind you. Find that balancing table, toes turning down. Find that strength. Lower the toes to the ground and then just use that to start to rock forward and back. Just getting a stretch in that right leg. And then sweeping that right leg all the way over to the left side. Again, notice if you've dropped here, find some awareness. And then gazing over the left shoulder towards the left toes. Breathing into this right hip here. Feel that stretch. And then bringing the right foot all the way out to the side. Level with this left knee. Try and roll that foot, the sole of the foot to the ground. Walk the left hand back. Inhale, sweep the arm up and over the top of the head. So you're really reaching here, side body stretch. Breathing deep. Find just a little bit of space here in the body. Maybe this right bicep towards the ear. And then using this left hand on the floor to help push you up, using these tummy muscles. Inhale, reach. Exhale, like you're painting a wall with your hands. Slowly bring the hands down to the floor. Think child's pose. As you bend into the elbows, send the hips back. It might be that you're here, really rooting down through that right foot and the top of the left foot. Breathing deep. Take a breath. Inhale, coming back up, bringing this right foot back, balancing table, and then bringing this right foot all the way up in between the hands. Again, just start to get a little bit of movement here in the hips. Anything that feels good here. This is always such a lovely stretch for this thigh, for that back leg. especially if you anchor down through the top of the foot. And then gently roll those hips back, coming into our half splits, lifting through the toes, folding over this leg. Micro bend in that knee. Breathing deep. Inhale, rolling forwards, planting the hands, lifting that back leg. Step the left foot up just a little bit, just to shorten the stance. Inhale, take up space. If your hands don't come to the floor, you can hold on to your hips. This does test your balance a little bit more though, so just notice. So from here, lifting through the heel of that back foot and the toes of the front, and then exhale, folding over. Take our pyramid pose. You can keep the toes lifted on that front leg if you want to, or you can plant the foot back down. Breathing deep. Notice if you're shifting the hips out, can you level those hips off? Imagine those sit bones really starting to lift up towards the ceiling as you fold over. Soften through the neck, the shoulders. And then bending into this front knee. And from here, walk your hands forward and lifting through this left leg. So it could just be here. You could end up being really bent over here. Whatever works for you, just find your pose. Maybe you can start to lift that left leg up. Maybe you can wrap that right hand round, drawing your head towards your knee. Take another breath. Trust, bend into this front knee. Send this left leg back. Inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, walk your hands all the way round to the wide side of your mat, coming into a wide fold. So you can position yourself on your mat. Toes can be slightly turned in. You can have really bent knees here. Just settle into this pose. You can stay here just for a breath or two. But I want you to have this sense of release through the shoulders, but then drawing the shoulders back. So it's like you're dropping those shoulders away and then drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. So there's a little bit of awareness, a bit of a stretch in this upper back. Maybe it's the fingertips on the ground, maybe your palms. Take another breath. Inhale, slowly coming up halfway. Bringing your hands to your hips, using almost like a little bit of a squeeze into those hips. Soften through the knees as you inhale and you come all the way up. As you arrive, just notice or arrive here. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Turn the heels in, the toes out. Full breath. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, soften through the knees as we start to sink the tailbone down. So it's not coming back behind us. We're not leaning forwards. The tailbone is sinking down towards the ground. And you don't have to come low. It could be that you're up here and you're just starting to bend into those knees. You start to sink the tailbone down and you find that you're leaning forward. That's compensating for the thighs and things. So just come up a little bit. You don't have to go low. You can always take your feet a little bit wider if you want to, Roll those shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale to stay. Inhale, release the hands. Take them up at shoulder height. Exhale, wrapping the arms around you, giving yourself a hug, keeping the legs where they are. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, open up. Other arm on top. Maybe you sink the hips down a little bit more. Give yourself a hug. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pushing into the feet, straightening through the legs. Release the arms. Take a moment here. You can close down your eyes if you wish. Just notice the balance that's going on in the legs. Turning the feet parallel, so bring your hands to your hips. Turning your feet parallel, open up through the chest. Exhale, folding forwards. Hands come down to the ground. A wide forward fold. Take a breath here. Allowing the spine to just have a little bit of length. So it's amazing in these forward folds. The weight of your head can help to lengthen out that spine and stretch. It's very different to when we're standing. So just try and release off through those hips. Maybe just wiggle the head gently. Inhale, soften through the knees. Walk your hands all the way back towards the front of your mat. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. So starting to pause in these poses a little bit longer as we're coming towards the end of the practice. So just start to slow things down. Maybe bring in Ujjayi breath, that ocean breath. Relaxing through the shoulders. Exhale, knees down to the ground. Coming to sit on the knees, hands coming to rest in your lap. Right hand on top of the left. And if this isn't comfortable, come into a comfortable seat. Just going to pause here for a moment. Maybe the thumbs can touch. Notice. Already shifting the hips to one side to come onto your bottom if you're not already there. Bringing the feet out in front of you. And just straightening through those legs for a moment. You can wiggle the feet off. Take a little bit of length through the spine. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, bring this right hand to the outside of this left thigh. Bring your left hand behind you and just take a twist. Awareness into your feet here. So just twisting back, looking back over this left shoulder, breathing into this tummy, into your tummy. Feel that stretch. And then just allowing your hands to gently go to the other side. Coming back through center, soften through the knees, maybe bending the knees a little bit more, keeping the feet anchored. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding over. So have that lift first, that length, and then arrive. If your hands come to your feet or your shins, you can use them as an anchor to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Using those exhales to soften and fold. Releasing here. Breathing into your lower back. And if you're feeling like there's any kind of pulling in that lower back, you can really start to bend those knees. There should be no pain. There should be that nice sensation of the stretch. But if it's too much, then really soften through the knees. Take one more breath. Inhale to slowly roll up. Hands come to the floor. Shift your hips forward slightly, anchoring down through the heels, or you can bring the feet on the ground. It's entirely up to you. You're going to reach the fingertips forward. You can take a steeple grip, or you can just reach. Exhale, start to lower down, but only part way. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. And we're going to start to invite a bit of a twist in here. So you can think ballerina arms if you want to. So from here, we're going to inhale. We're going to take those arms to the left as we lower down. And then we're going to come back up to the right. And back up. You can be on your heels if you don't want the feet down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. A few more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, start to lower down. Really just start to anchor in here as you lower all the way down, reaching those feet forward or your feet forward, taking the arms up above the head, stretching into the body. Just notice how you are here. Full breath. Wiggle the fingertips, wiggle the toes. Bring your hands back down by your side, bending into your knees, bringing your feet to the ground. Hands placed next to you. Just take a moment here, first of all. Soften. Maybe you can feel that energy, that fire in your belly. A strong core helps to look after the back, and our core is also part of our back. So just having that awareness there, building strength. Notice. So bringing the heels a little bit closer towards your bottom, anchoring down through the back of the head, through the shoulders, pushing down through the hands, awareness in the feet. Start to roll through the spine, so bringing our lower back to the ground and then lifting through the hips. Exhale, lower the hips back down. They don't have to come high, just getting this movement in. Inhale, lifting through the hips. Exhale, lowering back down. And again, inhale to lift. Lower back down. And this time, inhale to lift. Maybe walking the shoulders under, the arms underneath, interlace the hands, start to lift the chest, the hips a little bit higher, chest to chin, chin starts to open up. Imagine you're trying to get your sit bones towards the back of your knees, the shins towards the front of the mat. One more breath here, strong. Breathing into the belly. And when you're ready on that exhale, releasing the hips, the hands. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. Giving the knees a little bit of a squeeze. Squeezing in towards the belly, just helping this digestive system. Okay, it's a great way if you've got a tummy ache or your digestive system's a little bit sluggish. And just taking a moment to bring the knees in, squeeze gently. It's just about getting to know our bodies a bit more and how we can assist. Just wiggling through the feet. Take another breath, walking from side to side. And then bringing your feet to the ground. Coming up onto your elbows. And then onto your hands. And bring your hands to face behind you. And then just see if you're able to cross your right ankle over your left knee. So in this position, it's very different to when you're lying down or standing. It's a bit more of a limit between the space. Just see if you can do this. And then I want you to see if you can bring your hips forward a little bit more. So you're really starting to stretch into this right leg. So you can fold yourself up as much as you can comfortably. And then just start to get a little bit of movement here. And maybe you're able to allow that foot to come all the way to the side. Open up through your chest, lean back. Come back through center. Maybe walking the hands up a little bit closer towards the body. So again, just seeing how far you can fold yourself up. Awareness in this left foot. Really stretching into that right glute. So you just go as far as you can, as far as is comfortable. And then slowly release that right foot down. So again, you might need some space first. So moving the hips back, crossing this left ankle over that right knee, bringing the hands behind you. Notice maybe this is enough already, and you're thinking, yeah, that's enough, because you can always take this twist here. Maybe you can walk your bottom towards your foot, or you can bring the foot back towards your bottom. So you're just slowly moving yourself a little bit closer. Again, protecting this left knee, so bending in, having some awareness into this left foot. Open up through the chest. We'll start to get a little bit of a rock here. Notice how this feels. You can feel this more on this side. And then allow the legs, that left foot to come to the right side. And again, roll this left shoulder open up through the chest. You can lean out towards the left. Find a bit of space. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming back, lifting the legs back, walking yourself back, unravel, bringing the feet to the floor. You can rub those legs. And then again, coming back down onto your back. Again, just notice. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Knees come wide, taking our Supta Baddha Konasana, our reclined cobbler's pose, or reclined bound angle. Lots of names, so just take a moment here. Feel the soles of your feet, hands resting on your sides, on your belly, maybe on these hips, on your hip bones. Breathing consciously. So feel free to stay here if you're comfortable, or you can take a full shavasana with the legs out long. You've got a blanket, you can cover it over you. So tonight is very much about stretching and lengthening through the legs. So lots of work in our yoga practice the last few weeks has been quite strong, so trying to stretch out the legs. And also if you do lots of walking or walking the dogs and things, it's fantastic to take some time just to stretch and release. But also if you've spent a lot of time in a car driving or at a desk in front of the screen, or quite sort of stagnant in your movement, it feels so good to stretch and lengthen through the legs, through these powerhouse muscles. So notice the warmth of your body on the ground. And then come back to the breath with the count that we did at the beginning of the practice. So in your own time when you're ready, breathing in for 1, breathing out for 2, breathing in for 3, breathing out for 4. And carry this on all the way up to 20. Stop at 10 and restart if you want. And when you're finished, you count. Just go back to your natural breathing. And then start to get a little bit of movement through the body. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side. And then heaving yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Relaxing through the shoulders. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. And my thoughts and actions contribute to their happiness and freedom. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Bring your hands together with your heart. For me, to you. Namaste.